Omari.
It's on program.
Okay, I'm not able to. Okay. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Don't touch that dial. Don't touch that remote control. Don't go fill up the ice trays. Don't water the chia pet. Don't walk the dog. Don't change the kitty litter. And do not take out the garbage. Why? It's time for another episode of SEIU Says, and I'm your host today, Charlie Bonds. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. All right, SEIU Says is sponsored. I'm sorry. SEIU Says is sponsored by GWC. That's Goldberg, Weissman, and Cairo, Illinois' largest personal injury and workers' compensation law firm. That's GWC, Goldberg, Weissman, and Cairo. If you have questions about medical malpractice, if you have questions about personal injury, then what you can do is you can give SEIU Local 73 a phone call. Our phone number is 312-588-7630. That phone number once again is 312-588-7630, and we will forward you over to GWC, Goldberg, Weissman, and Cairo. All right, I have another announcement to make. All right, it's time. Learn about your union and get involved. That's right. We have a leadership training coming up. Learn about basic grievance handling and collective bargaining from a member of the federal mediation. So what you want to do is you definitely want to attend one of these trainings. And the next training date we have coming up is Saturday, October the 3rd, 2015. It'll be about 9 a.m. at the local SEIU 73. And that phone number is 312-588-7630. That number is 312-588-7630, and it will you'll be registered. And then once you register for this class, you will, that's right, yes you will be learning about creative grievance writing, and this is for our higher ed division, and you'll be able to be better at bargaining contracts for your collective bargaining agreement. So that date, once again, everyone, is Saturday, October the 3rd, 2015. So mark your calendars, everyone. It's social media time. That's right. Everyone, is social media time. So what you want to do is, if you go to, and this is for all of our members, you go to SEIU Local 73's webpage, and that webpage is SEIU, that's www.seiu73.org. That website is www.seiu73.org. And once you go to that website, you'll be able to receive updates for the Chicago Public Schools, our members there. You'll be able to get information as far as what's going on, going back to school, what's going on with your retroactivity, collective bargaining agreements, as well as the county, as well as higher ed. So all of our members, I encourage you to go visit that website so you can be informed of what's going on. And we just don't stop on the website. You can also go visit us on Facebook, and our Facebook is SEIU 73. That's right. You go to SEIU 73 and you hit like, and once you hit like, you will be bombarded with information, good information, that is, good information about your union, what's going on about your pension, what's going on with your rallies, what's going on with your locals, what's going on in the work site, what's going on is various trainings. So you definitely want to stay connected. All right. So we have a very interesting show today. As we know, there was a situation that's happened in Ferguson, St. Louis, and it truly brought a division in the country, and it also opened the country's eyes to a lot of things and a lot of concerns, just as far as safety and as far as feeling like a citizen, a first-class citizen here in our country. I don't know if you had the opportunity to read the Ferguson report, but I actually did read the Ferguson report, and it was a very interesting read when you see what was actually going on in that community. And so of years and years of problems that were going on in the Ferguson community, hit a tipping point. A volcano had pretty much erupted with looting, with vigils, with rallying, with praying, with people coming together. There was a lot of emotions, a lot of tension, a lot of things going on. People feeling displaced, people not able to trust the authorities against civilians, civilians against authorities. It was bad. In my opinion, it was really bad, and it didn't reflect the morals of this country, the true morals of this country. And not only that, just the fact of Reverend Martin Luther King's dream speech wish that I have a dream that we all can be together. We all can be one, and equality is essential nowadays. And, I just believe that. And that's my personal belief, that we should, treat others the way you want to be treated. And when you have an imbalance in society, it will show up. It will come out in one form or fashion. It definitely will. And so in this particular case in Ferguson, it came out, with the rioting, what took place, what we witnessed on the news. And, a lot of it may have been propaganda as far as the media wanted to take it one particular place. And so there is an exhibit that is currently going on here in Chicago. And we have the creator of the exhibit. Are you on the phone with us today, T?
I'm with you, Charlie.
Okay, so what we're going to do, everyone at home, actually, when I went to the exhibit, it was wonderful. It's a beautiful exhibit, and, you can get information on where to go, and you can see the visit. I'm pretty sure you've seen it on the news recently, the controversy that's been going on, and, I think you have to really go to experience. And when I went to experience, the first thing I thought to myself, I felt dirty, actually. Like, I felt really dirty, but not dirty in a bad way, but just dirty. Like, it's disgusting. It's like, it is the most disgusting thing that, humans, that we can do to each other. And I wanted to regurgitate when I saw it. It was horrible. I mean, the spirit of the exhibit, it was magnificent. It was executed wonderfully, but it's just the energy behind it. It literally made me sick to my stomach. So what we're going to do is we're going to, but I'm sorry, the gallery is really nice though. It's in Bronzeville, and they have a lot of wonderful displays. It's a family business, and it's pretty good. I liked it. I encourage anyone to go out and experience art. And so what we do, the foundation of this show is we want to have strength in the workplace, and we also want to have strength in the communities, because we are the union. And so with this, we want to have the conversation, at least at home. We already know what's going on, but what can we do as individuals to break this pattern, to break this cycle, to bring about difference? Because the problem is, if I'm getting sick and I'm just like a third party person that's witnessing on the sidelines, I can just imagine the emotion. I can only imagine what the people there in Ferguson was actually feeling. I mean, like a sense of hopelessness, that there is literally no justice in this country. And what we do have, it could be a little tainted based off of certain people's opinions. And so, we really need to come together, because as a nation, we don't want to implode. And by me seeing this particular exhibit, like I say, it was mind altering for me. We were able to see some of the chains, the original chains from slavery. One of the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, one of the garments that was over 100 years old. And when you see this history, and yet everyone says it's a part of our history, but I think we need to rewrite history, because I think a lot of us would like to rewrite history. We want to be progressive, and we want to evolve as a country, because there's only one race, the human race. And I think that's important. I think it takes a special type of person, just to be able to deal with these things on a day-to-day basis, because when you see these images and you see these things that are going on, it can raise some powerful emotions in people, and it's just not good. And as a country, we deserve better. All right, so we're going to talk to her, but I want you all to see the exhibit first. All right, so we're going to show a clip of the exhibit, and we're going to talk to her a little bit about, what was the motivation behind this? What is the message that she wants the audience, she wants the masses, the world to take away from this, and how we can just change and make it better. All right, here we go. We're about to show it. So I hope everyone enjoys this. I don't want to offend anybody with this, and so some of this may be a little hard, to watch. So here we go. All right, thank you, everyone. This is SEIU Says. And as I walk over here, as you'll see the jails, you'll see like the jail bars are laced with money. And And that signifies that the prison system has been privatized and people make money off of it. So it's not even, to me, in my opinion, it's not even about the law, but it's about making, a profit. So we have okay, you want to come on? Okay, so this is part 2. If people missed part 1, introduce yourself once again.
Andre Guichard from Gallery Guichard, right here in Bronzeville, 436 East 47th Street.
Okay, and we are having a wonderful time, and we are walking over here, and we're going to talk about the Statue of Liberty. Okay.
And
New Liberty.
I would actually bring your camera down and we focus on the synopsis. Because of the gravity of this exhibit, I think the first thing you should do as you approach any of this work is to look at what the artist was thinking, and that's the synopsis. And in this case, here the symbol of America's patriotism is painted in blackface, a 19th century racist theatrical practice that literally appropriates black bodies. T. Rock Moore, the artist, here points out the historical and continuing forms of misusing black identity as forms of entertainment and commodity in the United States.
That's so true.
So it's really powerful how she's juxtaposing the Statue of Liberty in her conversation, but many people forget that the first Statue of Liberty was a black one.
Right, it was. Yes. All right, and so what do we have over here?
Again, I'll move you to.
So I think you don't even have to answer that question. I can figure. Okay, so we have some fried chicken right here.
Right.
We got watermelon right there. We got a basketball right there. We have guns right here. And we have a gold chain right here. So this is some sort of stereotypes.
So this piece features contemporary artifacts as basketballs, tap shoes, chicken buckets, gold chains, which are typically associated with the black male culture. Profile this invites the viewer to contemplate the prevalence and socioeconomic significance of these items of black America and the connotation attached to them. Mm-hmm. Why are those associated with us? I like watermelon, but I like other fruit too. What is this stereotype?
I think we all as a country like fried chicken and watermelon.
Right.
And basketball. Clearly, I think we do.
Exactly. So it's just more about the conversation of how things are associated with a group of people for no other reason than stereotypical basis.
All right.
This is one of the premier pieces of the exhibit, particularly because of the timeliness of the exhibit. And Once Upon This Planet is the title. And we all know the most recent history of one of the great tragedies in our country with South Carolina.
Correct.
People that were killed. So you have the Confederate flag juxtaposed with the American flag and the names of the 9 people who lost their lives. Really powerful.
These are the names of the 9 souls, lives that were taken because of racism in this country.
So the fact that it's juxtaposed on top of
9 of many names that have fallen due to the genocide in this country.
So if you look at the synopsis here, because it's in the window, we wanted it to be able to be seen. Because so many people see that Confederate flag and think about what just happened on CNN. The day that this show opened, that flag came down. This show has so many significances that are really important in this day of civil rights history, in this time and period, that we feel like this is actually one of the pieces that speaks to why this conversation is right now. This exhibit is right now, and life mirrors art, and as you call it, the dirty truth. This is our dirty truth. And it is our history, but it's a history that we can get past and we can talk about so that we can just understand black, white, Hispanic, whatever race, we're all just human beings.
Right, we are. We're the human race. All right, so we got some crackers over here. I want to talk about that.
Cracker, please.
Sorry. Okay. All right, so we have premium crackers over here, everyone. All right, so we're going to read this right here.
And here, cracker, please. Cracker Fleas ask the viewer to inject humor into the absurdity of racism. The display of premium crackers is a wordplay poking fun at one of the few derogatory phrases used to describe Caucasians. The placement of the cracker boxes references the work of art icon Andy Warhol and are a disapproval of American consumerism and capitalist priorities. So this is really kind of one of those pieces in the exhibit where a lot of it is heart-wrenching and you feel it, and it either raises goosebump pimples on your arm or your hair on your neck. But this is where we have a little fun with pop art, and we poke fun at something that the white privilege and the entities that are in power, it's a little fun and say, okay, ha ha ha, cracker please, but the reality of it all, it's still a conversation that we're having that's more about moving the conversation past whatever names we use for white or black. We have to bring it back to, this is a conversation about us all understanding this is just about the human race.
The human race. Okay, so we have here, these are authentic chains.
These are slave chains.
Slave chains.
This, and Profile This doesn't have the synopsis here, but it's kind of eerie when you really look at the authentic chains.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're having a part 2 with this as well, so we still have time. We want to do some interviews. So, you still there?
I'm still here.
All right, so this is a picture of what the wonderful artist behind this, everyone. This she did. Her name is T. Rock Moore, and T. Rock Moore is coming to us live from that wonderful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. How are you doing today?
Great, Charlie.
How's the weather out there today?
About 100 degrees with 100% humidity.
Okay. All right, let's have some gumbo. Okay, so, as you talk, we're going to still show this video so everyone can kind of see everything. But, yeah, do you have a website people can visit or anything like that to see any more of your art, or a Facebook page you on?
Yeah, trockmore.com is my website.
Okay, trockmore.com. So I want everyone, you can visit that. And, I want to ask you some questions in reference to this. All right, so
right.
What made you want to do this exhibit?
Well, I believe we're at a very crucial time in terms of civil rights and activism in America. I feel that it's necessary for white people to take accountability for their role in the fight against racism.
Mm-hmm. And you are white, not to cut you off. You're Caucasian.
I am white.
Okay.
And advocacy on our behalf, on white Americans' behalf, is absolutely necessary in getting anywhere. After all, we are the perpetrators.
Okay.
And my race, being my whiteness, is pivotal to the conversation that revolves around my art. Mm-hmm. Human cruelty in this country is rooted in the entitlement of white men in power. Mm-hmm. This is because there is a very complex set of systems, regulations, and institutions fixed to keep the white man in control. Mm-hmm. My mission is only to confront this reality. I'm resolved to speak about what many white Americans choose to ignore. And my hope is to create art that brings into collective awareness such unpleasant truths. I was born with unearned advantages because of the color of my skin. Mm-hmm. And these unearned advantages, white privilege, are direct remnants of slavery. Mm-hmm. The fact is, we are built on 400 years of oppression and dehumanization that has resulted in a broken system built on white supremacy. White privilege controls America's heartbeat, and it exists still because of denial. Mm-hmm. And I make no excuses for that denial.
Okay, so you believe there's definitely a denial that is going on in this country. Okay, so with this exhibit, what is it that you want, the message that you want everyone to see this exhibit that comes in, that everyone that may watch this show, or everyone that may have possibly read about it, what is the message you want the world to walk away with and learn?
I think it is that white privilege controls America's heartbeat. And our nation's collective loss of memory and our historical amnesia are to blame. I think this is the great moral issue of our time. And what interests me in art making is the institutional mechanisms that degrade black life, like the control, abuse, and policing of black bodies is foundational to American democracy. It's a structural reality that our institutions are thriving on. And ignoring this reality is proving detrimental to our society.
Definitely. It really has.
I think white privilege does exist because of denial, a psychological oblivion, as Dr. Martin Luther King would have eloquently put it. But I make no excuses for that cluelessness, for it masquerades in the very entitlement that is racism. And I understand I'm in a delicate position, pardon me, to push forward these truths, but I choose not to remain stunted by the debilitating fear or discretion that many white Americans lean on in avoidance of the truth. I think that fear and that discretion are part of what prevents us from engaging in productive dialogue that we need to move forward.
Okay. In your opinion, how can we begin to stop white privilege?
Just to begin, okay, there's a whole lot that needs to be done and has to be done, but just to begin, for white Americans to acknowledge their own white privilege and acknowledge how that white privilege permeates all systems, regulations, and institutions. Just to begin for white Americans to acknowledge their own entitlement and to recognize that that entitlement is racism. Just to begin the dialogue amongst all Americans that we need to move forward.
Okay. I like that. What is your definition of love?
My definition
and we're going to wrap it up in 10 seconds.
For everyone to possess these qualities: courage, commitment, moral leadership, humanity, and dignity.
I like that. Courage,
thank you.
Leadership, humanity, and dignity.
Courage, commitment, moral leadership.
I like that. I like that a lot. Have you heard of Jane Elliott before?
I have not.
Okay,
Tell me.
It's called A Blue Eye Experiment. You remind me of her. It's really good. But I want to thank you. We're going to reach back out to you definitely because we are doing a part 2 of this, everyone. And so we have something planned for the summer. And the exhibit is going until August the 10th, so it may run a little bit longer. So T-Rock, I want to thank you very much for being our guest today and answering some of these questions because a lot of people want to know, and I really admire your work, and I thank you for taking a bold step because that's what we need to bring about change because we have over 400 years of slavery, things like that, and it's such a division sometimes as a country we get along, and a lot of times but we definitely need to have this conversation, and so I want to personally thank you for your work, and I want to personally thank you for this interview, and you'll be back with us again, and so everyone at home, unfortunately we must go. But we will be back next week. I promise you. Same bat time, same bat channel, and we're going to continue this. All right. So we want to have that conversation. All right. Love is important. Love our brother. Love each other, and that's the essential key. That is what's going to make us a better society. It's going to make us a better world and a better tomorrow. I have to go, everybody. This is Charlie Bonds. Have a beautiful weekend, and this is another episode of SEIU Says. Catch us next Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Channel 21, or you can stream us live. Thank you very much.